welcome to another RSR. Tonight we are reviewing LAFC 2, Portland Timbers 0 in the US Open Cup 2022 round of 32. LAFC got it done. The scoreline doesn't really tell the story of the game. They had two great chances and put them away, but they didn't dominate. They had their moments. Portland had their moments, and Portland had a really good last 15-20 minutes, but couldn't get back into it. Goals were scored as follows in the 32nd minute. Opoku plays the ball in, off a cross, falls to Chicho Arango. Near post, side foots, back heels it in. What a goal. Almost gets on the hands of Bingham, but just not enough. Arango taps it in, puts it in. Great goal in the 32nd minute. 1-0 LAFC. That's the goal of the round so far for US Open Cup. Probably the goal of the week overall. 1-0 at half is the way it would go. Then Mamadou Fall Mbake does it again. Scores his second goal versus Portland this season. In the 54th minute, ball falls to him off the corner. Nobody is marking him. And he puts the ball in the net, pops the ball in the net. Great shot, great presence, great patience. Takes it, puts it past Bingham. He can't do nothing about it. Great shot. 2-0 in the 54th minute for LAFC. Portland go for it, but they just can't get anything. 2-0 full time for LAFC. They move on to the round of 16 to be in the draw on Thursday. 10 more games, of course, in the US Open Cup tomorrow. Stats are as follows: 14 shots to 16, 8 shots on goal to 6, 56% possession to 44% possession, 443 passes to 356 passes, 80% pass accuracy to 76% pass accuracy, 15 fouls, 15, 4 offside to 1, 1 yellow card to 1, 0 red cards to 0, 7 corners to 4. For me, both teams have had their moments. Both teams had their moments in the first half. And then in the second half, again, Portland came out on the front foot, but they really pushed for it after the Mbake goal. And they had a good last 20 minutes. Put on their big guns, going for that goal, and they just don't get it. But LA did not dominate this game by any stretch of the imagination. Portland were always in it. Scoreline-wise, no, but they were always in it. Portland did not get dominated. Yes, they put out a weaker side than their main side, but of course with injuries and health and safety protocols and all that, they had to. That was absolutely need. And Nathan, their new signing, played well. Rasmussen played amazing, but Nia, no, he wasn't great. He didn't show out well. Very hit or miss, and he was missed in a time they really needed him. Nice PlayStation tattoo, but that doesn't get you enough points from me to not be criticized. Definitely didn't show off well. Normally, Portland's good team, and they didn't start their starters. They wanted to put them in and hopefully try to control the game from there, which they did. They didn't control the score line, but they controlled the run of play from that situation. So they kind of got what they wanted. They kind of had the plan. It just got absolutely savaged when Arango scored that great goal. And LAFC, they played well for most of the match. I wouldn't say dominant. They had their moments in the first half. They had their moments in the second half. LAFC did what they had to do. I think they were more pragmatic in this situation because it was a cup game. They wanted to be more pragmatic. They have a chance as to where to qualify for CONCACAF Champions League. They're top of the West right now. They could easily win MLS Cup. They could easily win Supporters Shield. They're open for any qualification spot. They really don't need the Open Cup. Portland, on the other hand, kind of did. I think Portland could make a playoff run. I don't think they make MLS Cup, and depending on who they play, I don't know who they beat. I don't think they finish top of the West. Of course, they don't win the Shield if they can't finish top of their conference. This was the cup they needed if they wanted to make the CONCACAF Champions League next year. They did not. They got knocked out. LAFC, though, they could be more pragmatic and more situationally aware. And they were. And that's the reason they won this game. They scored the goals that they needed to. They didn't really hit them on the break. They just scored the goals that they needed to, and Portland couldn't convert, which, again, has kind of been the story recently for the Portland Timbers. With that being said, though, LAFC did what they had to do. They still won. They're still going on to the round of 16. Probably, in the next 2 weeks, around when the Can Champ plays their quarterfinals. Probably Tuesday 24th, Wednesday 25th, something like that. Probably. I think that's the case. I think they both play at the same time for these next 2 rounds, just like there were a lot of Can Champ games today, 3, but that's a lot in that situation. Half of the first round matches, yeah. With that being said, things are shaping up to be pretty good for LAFC. I would say right now they're the favorites in this tournament. Now, Orlando City, they're going to push for this. They have 4 wins. They could get to the final. I could see the final being LA versus Orlando. I could see it. I legitimately could see it. Or they, with an open draw, and it determines each of the next 4 rounds, 16 quarterfinals, semis, and final, they could find each other on their way to the final. Would I want it to be the final? Yeah. Could I see it being the final? Yes. Because Orlando City, Philadelphia did not take the game seriously, which kind of shocked me. I thought Jim Curtin would take that seriously, the Open Cup game for Orlando. Turns out they didn't. Orlando came out firing and got it done and upset the Union. But again, in that situation, to me, the favorites do look like LAFC and Orlando. Orlando is a team who probably needs the Open Cup to make CCL. And LAFC just being overall great under Steve Cherundolo. I could see it. I think that's a very good prediction. You know what? I'm going to say they're on opposite sides of the bracket in the draw, and they both make the final. I'm sticking to it. I think so. Those are the 2 teams that have really impressed me so far. Of course, Louisville City are still in it. And I'd love to see them make a Cinderella run because situationally, I'm very close to Louisville, have family that lives there, and visit family. Toronto maybe plays Louisville in the CONCACAF Champions League quarterfinals. That ain't bad. May not be St. Louis City SC, but probably a move that I could easily sell. Or probably a situation I could easily sell. Probably. With that being said. But with that being said, I still think Orlando, there will be a purple and yellow team in the final. It's probably going to be Orlando. And LAFC is LAFC. But LAFC played well in this game. They well deserved the win. They got it. They're on to the round of 16. Good performance. Man of the match for me, Maxime Crépeau, because of course. It's not bias, it's true. Crépeau kept out a clean sheet. I think that's why it was a clean sheet, and that's why it was such a dominant-looking win if you just look at the scoreline. Crépeau, great, as he always is. And I'm glad he's on a team that actually he doesn't have to just stand on his head for anything to do. Of course he's going to stand on his head, but it's not like he's the reason they do anything. Vancouver! With that being said, man of the match, Maxime Crépeau, LAFC, well-deserved. Portland fans, if I were you, don't be mad about this. Focus on the league. Prove me wrong about not winning MLS Cup or not winning the Western Conference. The Shield's probably gone, but if you can win the West. Point is, prove me wrong. Do what you got to do. You'll make the playoffs. I know that. I'm not questioning that. They'll get to the playoffs. But this is the time to focus on the league. Get healthy, focus on the league, and do what you got to do. That's how I'd feel if I were you. LAFC fans, how I'd feel if I were you. This isn't it. This is not what you need to be proud of. You've gotten deeper in this competition before. Got to a semifinal in your first season, I think, 2018. Yeah, because it was the Dynamo. They lost on penalties. Yes, they've gotten pretty deep before. They do take this seriously, whether they're good or not. Normally, they're good. It's only been 3 times, but still, because, COVID. But they take it seriously. And they certainly got what they deserved out of this. They take it seriously, they do what they got to do, and they play. And that's very respectable. So, this isn't the time to celebrate. Keep your heads down and keep grinding. That's how I'd feel if I were you. I mean, you're the fans, but still, you get what I'm saying. It's not time to celebrate. You don't celebrate for a round of 32 win like that excessively. I mean, be happy, don't get me wrong. If you want, don't pop a bottle, though. If you want a victory pint, that's fine. But don't pop a bottle, though, But well-deserved win. Be proud and keep it going. LAFC is having a very good season that not many people really expected. So keep it going. Be proud of yourselves and keep it pushing. Got a very good chance to win this trophy. Being said, if you liked this review, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that red notification bell. Once you subscribe, put this in a playlist, share it with friends and family, send super chats on the live streams, comment on this video, and hopefully you enjoyed it. Tomorrow, I will either see you for Forge versus Mont Royal Outremont in the Canadian Championship, or Rochester versus New York City FC. I'm going to try to do the Can Champ matches tomorrow. That's my first plan. Both Forge, Mont Royal, and Vancouver Valor. I'm going to try to do both on a double duty. If I can't, I'll do the Rochester NYC Open Cup game and then probably America Puebla, because I still want to do a double duty. And then on Thursday, I will be here for Atlas versus Chivas, the first leg of their quarterfinal tie. And if the Leafs get it done in 6, I guess on Sunday as well. And then TFC plays on Saturday. So we have a pretty loaded week here because I chose to. Because why not? It's the summer of football, summer of soccer. We're loaded and we got to get it going. So let's have some fun. I'm out. Peace.